Casey Neistat has stirred quite the drama pot after he made a video titled "Who I'm Voting for President." In it, he talks about how he's standing by Hillary Clinton, and then it's very nice and thoughtful. That is until the second half of the video, where he kind of demands that other YouTubers and content creators must also make videos of who they're voting for, saying that the top 20 YouTubers they garner something like 20 billion views a week.
Yeah.
And he was like, you guys really need to reach out to your audience. People that might not be into the election will really thrive from this information. He was like, I know it doesn't garner a lot of views or a lot of subscribers and it could get you hate, but you need to do it. So it was kind of preaching for other YouTubers to take a stance, in which a lot of other YouTubers didn't feel so greatly about. First up, Phillip Defranco. He then posted a response saying that it felt like mob-like tendencies, where he's demanding for other people to vote and to put their opinion online. And he was like, a lot of us are on YouTube to not talk about stuff like that. He talked about, sorry you guys, I'm just trying to see what else he was really mad about. Phillip Defranco was fired up in his video. Like, he was very upset that Casey felt the need to demand other content creators to do this.
Right, I feel like everyone's doing that though, right? Like, Beyonce's doing it. Anybody who's a celebrity.
Yeah, but they're not
internet.
demanding other people. Like, Beyonce's not being like, Britney Spears, you need to really tell your audience who you're voting for, and that's what this was.
I mean, I see both sides of it. Like, the other YouTubers, like, you don't tell me what to do, but then I think it's also important if you do have a wide audience to say, hey, you need to go out and vote because it's important. But and also, who's to say that you have to listen to this guy who's like saying, hey, YouTubers, you have to do, like, I don't see why the other guy was upset
that's kind of how I
it.
feel about it too. It's like, why, if he attacked you with something you don't find valid, then, I mean, it's
Just
then
ignore
it's not
it.
valid.
Ignore it, right? Like, why make a video about it?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I like
mean, I guess
Casey
we
a
know
lot.
why.
I think he's great and revolutionary in a lot of ways. But if he said, hey, yo, Aaron, I think you need to make a video about voting, I'd be like, that's cool.
Well, also,
I'm glad you think that.
A lot of these channels on YouTube are networks. Like, Clevver, for instance, is like a network owned by a larger media company. Somebody like us would never make a video being who I'm voting for, because this company represents so many people. So I don't think it's actually fair to kind of do that. And on the other side of that, how much influence does somebody you watch on YouTube, or your favorite celebrity or pop star, if they were like, I'm voting for Hillary, if you knew nothing about politics, would you then go vote for Hillary? Do they have that kind of power?
People do have that kind of power, though. A lot of people,
Really?
yeah. Because a lot of people, if you think about it, just vote for whoever their parents voting for if they're, younger. So it's like, if your favorite celebrity is like, hey, I love this person, you should too, they're going to be like, okay.
Well, it's an interesting time to find out if they have that power. I think now more than ever, I mean, there's more eyes on someone like that than there probably was with the, like, Obama-Romney election.
Yeah.
I think it was probably similar, but yeah, there's definitely, people are looking up to internet people probably more than, especially people they grew up with or have been watching for a while.
It was interesting because H3 Productions, he then made a video also pissed off that Casey did this and said, why would you trust my opinion? I'm somebody that puts on 200 layers of clothes and goes grocery shopping. He was like, if you're going to trust anybody, it probably shouldn't be me.
Right.
And he was like,
That doesn't make sense.
I kind of agree with him. I'm like, I'm not a political expert. Like, maybe I'm not, I try to stay up on politics, but if I didn't, I wouldn't want people to vote for who I'm voting for, because maybe I'm not like an expert, or maybe I'm just voting on one issue when there are a lot of other things to consider. It's like, why should you just go do something I say, because I'm no expert, I'm just a normal person.
I think people are just passionate about this time in particular, just because it's a special case.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, it's a woman, and then it's Donald Trump. So it's like a very special incident that's happening right now. And I think if you do have a large audience, if you are following and are up to date, why not? On the other hand, if you have a large audience and politics isn't really your thing, or maybe you haven't seen some of the debates, really kind of projecting what you think on the world may not be the best thing to do.
Because it is polarizing, right? No matter what side you take, if you approach it in an aggressive way, it's polarizing. I've heard people on both sides of the fence say just the most disgusting things about each other.
Right.
And if I heard a YouTuber say some of these things, I'm like,
might stop watching.
unsubscribe to that.
And
like,
that's
a
happened
dirty person.
in multiple cases.
You may not agree with Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, but to say that doesn't make you any better than the candidates themselves.
You can say anything about Trump. I'm fine.
Yeah, right. I agree. You can say whatever the hell you want about him.
I disagree. I don't like him. I don't agree with his stance. I don't think he should be murdered. I don't think his family should be killed. I don't think that. No, I just think that's pretty terrifying that there are people in the world who actually think that. That's like Hitler mindset, and that terrifies me.
Well, speaking of Hitler, anyway.
No, but it is like
fair. I don't know if that's fair. I think that's really too far.
It is true in a sense that if anybody even hints that they like agree with one of Donald's standpoints, they're automatically blacklisted from your friend group, blacklisted from your life, and I think it's like a little aggressive. Like maybe that doesn't need to be the person like in your like closest circle, but I don't think you blacklist a person.
You cannot like him at all, but to like have this like hatred, if someone had that hatred on the other side, it's like the same thing.
But he has hatred. I mean, he is hateful. He
But that doesn't mean you have to be, because if you project hate, then you become him.
Two rights don't make a wrong.
I don't think a lot of people are saying that like they want his kid. I don't think like the violent like opinions, that's kind of like a extremist point that I don't even know if a lot of people are taking. I think most people are just terrified of the idea of him being a president that would probably ruin our country.
Totally. Be passionate. If you're terrified,
also,
totally.
for the outside countries, it makes America kind of look like a joke because he's essentially a reality star, and then it's like, even if he can do good within the United States, it's like, does anyone want to be our allies? But with that being said, YouTubers who aren't making videos, do you think they're secretly standing by Trump, or do you think they just want to keep their mouth shut?
I think they just want to keep their fan base, their subscribers.
Because a lot of these videos, like Casey was first like, this might not get you a lot of views, but everyone that's making these videos are garnering a ton of views. And now I think a lot of people are kind of doing that title and then promoting their things and then lightly talking about it. Like that's something I feel like Grace Helbig did, where that was her title, but the first like 3 minutes and the last 3 minutes were promoting her own podcast and her own movie because I think she knew it was going to get a lot of views. She did also say she was standing by Hillary, and she was saying go find your own viewpoint and your own standpoint, just get educated yourself.
I like that perspective a lot.
I think the only people who are making videos are people who are standing with Hillary. No one's making a video saying I love Trump.
Yeah, because you'd automatically, we've seen people do that in the past, you lose like hundreds of thousands of subscribers almost instantly. Some bigger star like Tila Tequila, do you remember her from back in the day who used to host like everything?
Tila Tequila.
She made a video on YouTube publicly supporting Trump. Kendra Wilkinson, former Playgirl, is supporting Trump as well. Mike Tyson is also supporting Trump. And these people are publicly standing by, while there probably are more YouTubers, some I don't want to get into, some that probably just haven't made videos. But it's just a very interesting concept about, because YouTube is driven by your personality, so if you then come out saying something that half of your audience disagrees with, you're risking your business. So I kind of disagree with Casey in a way, no matter where you stand. I don't know if it's a smart business move, even though he was saying like it's better to have backbone than cave in to like your subscribers and stuff, but if that's how you make a living, it's like maybe not.
Yeah, I think the point still stands that you were talking about, like that it is a special time, and I think looking historically, we will probably look back on this time, and if we treated it like any other election and sort of remain neutral, like a journalist or something with a bunch of eyes on us, it might look kind of weak and like you should have done more. I think.
Well,
like,
you're a YouTuber. Are you gonna make a video?
I've definitely brought him. I definitely tweet that. Like, I haven't been making videos in general recently. Like, no, I think.
Where have you been, Drew?
Come on.
Where are you?
I'm working on Trump's campaign.
I expect a video a week, and I've got nothing for like a month or something.
Yeah, I know.
Come on,
that's not the topic at hand.
But would you make a Trump or a Hillary video?
Is that what you're going to do right when you leave us?
Like, I think it's a bit of a jump that if you're not making a video, you're I don't know. He said that you're supporting Trump if you're.
Yeah, he's like, if you're not doing anything, you're supporting the wrong thing. And that's why Phillip was saying you're using like mob-like tendencies, and that's not fair.
But I see where he's coming from.
Yeah, I get his point, and I think he was using aggression to really nail his point through. I don't think it was out of a place of hate or anything. I think he was trying to motivate others.
Got it. I agree.
Yeah, no matter what he says, nothing. I mean, it can't do anything. He's just talking. I mean, he's he's talking.
He's just passionate about it. Which
And if you're under the age of 18, you can't do anything anyway. So.
But if you are over 18, you should go register to vote.
And educate yourself before you do so.
Maybe just don't vote for who your best friend's voting for.
Or
Maybe
Beyonce.
watch some debates.
Just do.
Also, don't vote for Donald Trump. Vote for Hillary Clinton.
Just don't. If you're
that's
not
my last
Trump,
This
stay
is
home.
Drew's video for who I'm voting for. All right, you guys, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Get heated down there. I really want to. I really want to
Show us
see
how
some
racist you
stuff.
are.
Yeah, all of it.
Or maybe they don't want to get hates in the comments. I don't know. We're leaving now. Click over to the left to get all the details on who plays Joanne the Scammer.
Or click to the right to should you publicly blast your ex.